I'm not a complete teacher, because it's unfolding of knowledge. Knowledge comes to you when you're ready. So the same way with the karma, if you're in a mood to let go of your karma, the karma falls off. Like in the Triambakam, it falls off the tree. The cucumber falls off, the karma, the fruit just falls off. But once you start resolving it with the light, with the consciousness, then you can see that the quality is there. But the main aspect is the day-to-day handling of your karma. I think it's much more important than your birth chart even, because the birth chart is one thing, but the day-to-day handling, that means where the moon is, how it's reacting. We have a new moon, we have a full moon. I think we are going towards full moon or new moon just now. Huh? New moon, yeah. So we'll have a new moon, there's a fresh energy, there's a full moon. Each moon has a different quality, and the sages wrote all that down. So people could open a book or they could understand. I don't know how they did it earlier, they just knew that it was there. Now we have books or computers or software. But you open your software and you can see what is the quality of the moon today. And that allows you to develop yourself into the more higher energy. So I think it's really important that with Jyotisha, that you should honor that subject. You should honor the karma you have. And your greatest challenge is to be truthful to yourself. To understand that if there's a certain path that is not good for you, not to desire it. Because that means that you're going towards the toxic part of your karma. You see, the whole thing about past life is that it is past, it's dead, it's gone. So you have to let it go. You're not to carry it. I think when I started studying past life, I was very excited, I have a past life, I must look at it and be interested in it. But over the years I've realized that that's not relevant. What happened yesterday is gone. So we have to learn to let go, Yesterday one of my students was talking that she suddenly became aware that she had some issues that she was carrying for the last 20 years in her mind. And suddenly something made her aware, astrological factors she was attributing to it. And she said that what was nice about it is that I wasn't traumatized by it. I could finally let it go. So sometimes with our old karma also, we can't just cut it out. Although the whole concept of yoga is, and this is where you see the Swamis here, they have burnt the root of their karma. There's a root that is holding you down. And in the stage of when you become a Swami or you reach that high level, you are ready to burn your old karma. So you burn that root that is tying you down. The roots immediately, you see how invasive they are. They'll immediately grow more roots, but that is the whole concept of that. But as an individual, we have to think we are slowly cutting down the dead wood. Before coming to the roots, don't come to the roots first. First you have to cut down all the dead wood of the karma. And then you can tackle the roots. But the whole idea of the astrology is, and of Jyotisha is that the planets are there daily to disturb you. Daily, because the most daily aspect is the moon. The moon. So the moon is changing, you all know, even astronomically. It's changing daily. So that is affecting our mind daily. And so we should not be affected by that. That is where the yoga comes in. That is where the asana, pranayama. What I found with yoga is that it's not directly that you are doing the sadhana. Sadhana is very important. In fact, doing something daily, regular practice is the most important thing. because that goes against the irregularity of the moon. You see, the moon is naturally irregular, up and down, full, new, everything else in between, eclipsed with all the difficult planets. So the regularity of practice, the sadhana, doing everything daily. So having some practice, I'm not going to teach you that you learn through yoga, but the sadhana, that is the key factor to keep yourself steady in the aspect of turbulence. So that is what in the long term helps you in reacting to the lunar ups and downs. Because as I said, that the whole idea of Jyotisha, of the planets is, and it's not something I created, it's created by Srishti, that's the creation. That is our challenge, that we have to work with it. So, when you think about Jyotisha, you think about your karma, that there's something there, there's something disturbing it every day. And yoga is the path that is allowing you to, even if you don't know what is disturbing, but it's a good idea to know what is disturbing. But in the long term, it's the path of yoga that allows you to, that's the only way you can purify your karma. When you go into a more materialistic path, then you are adding to your karma. When you go into a yogic path, you are purifying your karma. You can still be doing a yogic path in the material world. I'm not saying not everybody is ready to be full-time and give up everything. But it's almost like you're walking with a little halo around you. Not halo, but light around you in this worldly sense. So I live in the world, I work in the world, but I'm established in yoga. So therefore my reaction is yogic while I'm working with the worldly people. So that is the whole thing, but you have to remember that like you're here, you're in idealistic circumstances. Everything is organized, you have the time. But outside you have to then develop some sort of a routine for yourself. That's why routine is considered important. But sadhana practice, I think karma yoga, but some kind of regularity. Because when you have extreme of change also in your lifestyle and things, then that regularity is very important. So I'm open to questions. I can't see the time, so we have a few minutes. Yeah.
What is the year that's starting now? So what is the actual time for the Vedic astrology year? It differs from the art.
Yeah, the Vedic astrology year starts with new moon in Pisces, and that began in around end of March. It's usually March and April. The new year begins. And this year the year is Manmatha. It's about love. So this is the year for love. So don't think about it as love in a more divine sense. So it's considered a good year. Yeah. And then of course, as I said, that Jupiter is exalted to this year. So we have some really great blessings. Yes?
We heard that Saturn plays a really huge role.
Yeah. Yeah, Saturn is the planet of karma himself. So what his role or the role that he was given is that he is there to make you face the truth about your life and to deal with karma while you are living. Because otherwise most of us when we die, then Yama is sitting there with your story of life to give you what is going to happen or not. But Saturn is there in life that he comes and he makes you face your karma. So therefore he will bring difficulty in your life, obstacles. Usually he blocks things. But the block is not because he likes doing that, it is because something you created. So when you are having a Saturn transit or Saturn in your chart, that it pinpoints what is your major area where you have to work with. So in your chart, you can look at where Saturn is placed to see this is the learning you have to do in this lifetime. And detachment you have to develop. Because it's about detachment, from whatever your karma is. But by transit Saturn at present in Vedically he's in Scorpio. So by transit Saturn is reminding us whatever Scorpio is, that is the area of karma that you have to deal with. So he travels all around everybody, whether you're a god or human or anything, he comes and reminds you about your karmic debt. So in the mythological stories, Lord Shiva faced, Hanuman faced, all the people, but the only person who dealt with Saturn properly was Hanuman. Because when Saturn came to Hanuman and said, I am going to trouble you. So what did Hanuman do? He said, okay, come and sit on my shoulder, I'll take you for a ride around the world. So Hanuman, instead of avoiding him, he said, okay, come. So then